back to my channel, and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. If you're new here, my name is Michawn, and this is Michawn's DIY Journey. I do weekly DIYs, hauls, vlogs, and other fun things. If you're not new, hey girl, hey! So, I'm so excited. Do you guys know why? I bet you know why. I bet you know. I have reached 1,000 subscribers. 1,000! I'm so excited, and now it's a little bit over, but anyways, that milestone is so awesome, so great, because that means people really do love me. I'm super excited that you guys are watching my videos, enjoying them, because you're hitting that thumbs up button, because it definitely helps out my channel, so make sure you keep doing that. And it means that you guys keep coming back for more, so I must be doing something right, just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. I want to thank all of you for subscribing to my channel, all of you that have liked my videos, all of you that shared my videos, all of you that have commented. I'm super thankful and grateful for each and every one of you dolls, because without you, I wouldn't be able to continue growing and doing what I absolutely love to do and bring to you guys each week or each 2 weeks that I do upload a new video. So thank you so much to each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate literally you spending part of your day with me. Let's go ahead and move on to the video that I do have for you today. So in this video, I am doing another spring decor video. Absolutely love them. They're so pretty. And I really hope that you love them too. They're more religious-like, except for the plant. Oh, my son put this in here. I don't know why. Except for this one, but this is super pretty too. I absolutely love it. And it goes exactly with everything that I do have right here on this table. The other two DIYs, they're crosses, so they're a little bit more religious, you know, for Resurrection Sunday. So I really do hope you guys enjoy it, and make sure you give me a thumbs up. Also, if you're new, again, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so you don't miss an upload. And yeah. Thank you guys so much. Keep coming back for more, and let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. What do you think of them? What do you want me to do next? Because I have no idea what I'm doing next. My dogs are creeping up on me. Let me stop talking, but I do want to say one more thing. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so getting into the first DIY, I'm going to be using this short glass vase. I thought I was going to use the floral foam, but I ended up not having to use it. And then I'm reusing this glass plate that I painted brown. I'm sure that's not the color, but it looks brown. And I thought I was going to use the candle holder, but I decided not to use that in the end. I removed the green wreath that was on top of that and all of the glue that was there, but it's all going to be covered up, so I'm not too concerned about it being removed all the way. Then what I'm going to do is glue some burlap ribbon around the bottom of this glass vase, and I did it because I wanted it to have just a little bit more color on the outside, just in case all of the flowers that I put around it don't cover it. And also I just needed some contrast to go in between the glass vase and the brown glass plate, and I did not want to paint this glass vase either, so that's kind of why I did that. Had a little bit of hard time putting it around because it's shaped really funny. It widens when it goes up, so I had to kind of contort it a little bit and glue it, put down hot glue for sections to be able to get it flat. And that's pretty much all I did there. Next, I'm just going to simply hot glue it down to the center of my glass plate. And then I'm going to take these floral picks that I picked up from a Dollar Tree and decide which one I want to use. I have this white aster, and then I have these pink peonies that I think are so pretty. I decided to go ahead and use those. Instead of cutting them down, I just pulled them off of the stems and using some of the green leaves that go on the asters and placing those down first. So I just kind of randomly put them around to see, you know, where my flowers are going to be. I really like the peonies, so I'm using the bigger ones because some of them are smaller than the others. So I'm just going to go ahead and take out the bigger sizes and place them around, and then put the white flowers, the asters, in between all of those, just to make it look a little bit more full. I decided to go ahead and make it look like it was more center and just put the white flowers in the middle of two of them. Then I took some of these pieces from this basket sign that I made from fall. I'm taking some of those stems and I'm going to place them on the inside of the flowers, so in between the flowers and the glass vase. I'm just trying to figure out how I want, if I want any greenery in there, but then I just decided to go ahead and put just a few pieces of these stems in there, and I love how it turned out. I think it's very, very pretty. I do not have a candle in here because I didn't have any on hand, but you can totally put a candle in here. It just all depends on what you like. For the next DIY, I am using this cross wreath that I got from Dollar Tree, along with some Spanish moss and these greenery picks, along with some more of these peonies and asters that I got from Dollar Tree. First thing I'm going to do is take the Spanish moss out, and I actually really liked how the Spanish moss was formed. Try to say that 4 times fast. Anyways, it is matted together pretty nicely, but it's matted together and it's just like one long piece, and it worked really well for what I was trying to do. So it made it really easy to hot glue this down to this wreath form. So basically all I do is keep the form that it's in, just kind of stretch it out just a tiny bit, and then all I'm going to do is hot glue it down to the wreath form. Just a little bit of glue at a time because you don't want to burn yourself, so just be very careful. Try to pack as much Spanish moss as you can in between your fingers and the wreath form, so that way you don't burn your fingers. But I did, in between, like not too thin but not too thick, and I just do that all the way down, and then I do it across. And then where there are pieces where you need to fill in, that's where I'm filling just a little bit in to make sure that the wreath form isn't really seen. Once all the Spanish moss is on there, I go ahead and trim it down the sides and the top. I try not to cut too much on this on the top because I want it to look kind of 3D like. So I just trim a little bit that's poking up and just kind of pat the rest of it down. But I do make sure that all of my corners are pretty well defined, so you know that it's a cross shape. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take these florals that I picked up from Dollar Tree. I got all of these from Dollar Tree, and I think that they're really good, quality, these ones. And then I'm going to take this harvest basket sign again and go ahead and remove some of those floral picks. Those they're not flowers, but they're little like stems. So I just go ahead and remove a couple of those, just like I did in the last DIY, and then going to go ahead and arrange my florals the way that I want on this cross. Now, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this fern, but I really, really liked it. I wanted to incorporate it somehow. And as I'm going through this process doing this DIY, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing, which is why my hands look a little confused, if that makes any sense. But I'm kind of just sticking the greenery inside of the Spanish moss. I don't want to glue anything down right now, is because I don't want to be overly committed to this project if I don't like the way that the floral pieces turn out. So I'm kind of just winging it here. And I realize that I do like this look, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the ferns there, and then I'm going to go ahead and place the floral picks, the stems on top of them. So I glued them down, just a little bit of hot glue for the bottom of it, so that way it could just stay on there. I don't want to glue the entire thing down. Like I said, I wanted this to look a little bit 3D. For the flowers, I'm just placing the aster flowers randomly everywhere. I thought that I wanted to cover this entire cross form with flowers, but I just didn't like it. I actually got this inspiration from a cross that I saw in Ross, and I just theirs looked so good all covered up, but I don't think I put enough Spanish moss on mine for it to show through the flowers. So I decided to just go ahead and place the flowers that I did want to use on the corners that were not covered by any of the ferns or anything else. And I really love how this turned out. In the next DIY, I am going to be using these jenga pieces or tumbling tower pieces, whatever you want to call them. And I am going to make a cross out of this. I'm going to use some construction adhesive to go ahead and keep those together. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and make the form of my cross first. It took me literally like 5 minutes to figure out how I wanted to do this. I had more jenga pieces because I wasn't sure if I wanted a bigger cross or whatever. But in the end, I only used 6 pieces. And there is my cross, how you see it on the table right there. I thought that I wanted the 2 outer pieces or vertical pieces to be outside of it, but I chose not to. So I went ahead and did it this way and just glued them all together and let it dry overnight. Then the next morning, what I'm doing is just peeling off the adhesive that came through the cracks. At first, I tried to sand it down, but it just didn't work because it was really rubbery. So I just peeled it off. Next thing I am going to do is go ahead and paint this, and I'm using just a black apple barrel paint from Walmart that I purchased for 49 cents, and I'm just going to brush it all the way around. I'm not going to do the back. I am going to do all of the sides and the front of it to get a good, nice, even coat, and I believe I just did 1 coat of this. That's all pretty much it needed. Once that is dry, I'm going to go ahead and use some more apple barrel paint, and this color is Snow White. And what basically I'm doing, I don't know if you've known, in all my other videos I say I'm trying to do this dry brushing technique, so that's what I'm trying to do. But my paintbrush was too wet because I didn't change it out and get another one. I used the one that I had used for the black paint, so my mistake there. But I tried to dab out as much paint as I could and just go along the sides of this to make it just look a little bit more weathered in its appearance. And I like the way it came out. I had to go back and forth with the black paint and the white paint and mix it just to give it, more of a grayish weathered look. But I really love how it turned out. Next, I am going to write "He is risen" across the middle of this, and I did "he" and "risen" first to make sure that it was spaced out properly, and I just used a simple paint marker that I got from Walmart. And then what I'm going to do, I want to make a tassel. This is my first time making it, and I'm doing it on camera, so please don't mind me. All I'm doing is wrapping it around my 4 fingers a bunch of times. I don't know how many times I did it. And then I cut that off. Then I'm going to go ahead and tie it. I'm not sure if this is how you do it, but this is how I did it. I tied it to make a little, like, not bow, but like a little booty on the top of it, so that way I can have something to tie my beads around to. Now, like I said, I have not watched any tutorials or anybody make this. Like, I didn't pay attention, so I don't really know if this is right. Anyways, I got this pack of beads from Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree does not have those craft beads that everybody else has that they can paint. The 3 that I have around my house, they do not have them. But they do have these hair beads that I don't have to paint because they're already the brown wood color. So I am going to be using those. 20 come in a pack for $1. Not too bad, but I did see where they have them on Amazon that you can get a bunch for like $20. But I decided to go ahead and go along with this, so I'm just using Dollar Tree products. Then all I'm gonna do is just fish it through my twine. There's definitely a bunch of different ways you can make sure that your twine doesn't split out or fray out by burning it or putting tape on it, but I just didn't do that just for recording and video purposes. I ended up tying the end of it to get knotted out, and then this is the part where I said I have not watched any tutorials on how to make sure that my beads go onto the edge or the end of my tassel, because I ended up having to wrap it around this tassel again. So instead of tying it, I decided to go ahead and glue it down, so that way it wouldn't have to just be tied and be extra loose or whatever. And because I haven't watched anything else, I didn't know how to make sure that the beads looked like it was one shape from the tassel. But anyways, I went ahead and cut the bottom of it to make it look more like a broom effect, because it looks like a little broom to me. And then what I did was push down my beads, because they had a little bit more room towards the end to be pushed down, so that way I could glue that top bead on the bottom of the top of the tassel, if that makes any sense. You can see what I did right there, right? So that's how I made it look more tassel-y. And then what I did to attach it to the cross, the wood cross, I went ahead and glued down the knot that I had to keep my beads from coming out. I glued that to the top and then ended up cutting off the little tail that was on the back. I really love this one. It totally came out better than I thought it was going to be. So that's all I have for you dolls today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure you go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. If you're new, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and tell me in the comments below which one is your favorite and what you might do differently. All right, dolls, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.